Live from Basement Boulevard and Rock Bottom Avenue, this is Kevin Costner's acting career with your host, Butch Hancock. Happy Field of Dreams Day, folks.
Happy Field of Dreams Day.
Goodness.
Oh, man.
The
It
event
makes...
you and me...
We've been wanting to go for a long time. We've talked about this for a long time, but unfortunately, like a lot of things in life, it doesn't always work out.
Well, unfortunately, with everything that happened last year, it was wiped from our grasp, and then just this year's just been so hectic. I'm even surprised they got the game in. And you know what was funny? They only sell tickets to Iowans. I think that's pretty cool.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty freaking... I'm slightly upset at that, but at the same time, I get it. I totally get it.
Many people from the Midwest that don't have the opportunities like you and me do in the big cities have the opportunities to see, well, the future stars of the MLB come to the middle of Iowa for a baseball game. I think this is very well done. It's still ongoing. As of right now, I think the White Sox are still up from what I remember. I think they're up.
All I remember is I watched the...
Yeah, they're up 7-4.
I watched the first inning at work when Abreu hit that home run to the corn.
So they don't have a fence. It's the outfield, the end is corn. Like how they walked out and everything. I think that is surreal. Because when I saw the ball go in the corner, I'm like... Does it have to be at a certain height for it to count? Nope. As soon as it goes inside the corn, home run. Doesn't matter. I think it was cool that Abreu got the first home run. I'm glad it's not like a 1-0 snooze fest.
No, this game looks actually competitive.
These teams have had at least some offense. I'm counting 5 home runs, excuse me. Wow, that is
I would say there's like a board. There's like I would say like a outline, but yeah, there's kind of a fence, but it's clear enough where you could just assume, okay, if it goes over that, it's in the corn.
Do you like the White Sox wearing?
Oh hell yeah! I absolutely fucking love these jerseys. Oh,
I think it's great.
It's a great throwback, and
It's great that you had the Yankees. It's great that you had the Yankees and the White Sox. The White Sox in their old-timey uniforms, and the Yankees in their classic pinstripes and the classic NY logo.
Well, the Yankees weren't wearing the pinstripes tonight, but...
Excuse me, I thought they were.
No, they're basically in like a version of their road jersey.
Regardless, I like this outcome.
Regardless, this whole game is just all baseball's biggest black mark finally being made right. Well, almost being made right. Shoeless Jackson deserves to go in the Hall of Fame, but that's another story.
This is baseball's equivalent of the Winter Classic.
I kind of buy. Well, yeah, I kind of do buy that. Yep.
I think this is going to go down as probably one of the coolest this is going to go down as one of the coolest neutral site baseball games
I would say
ever.
This is probably one of the best throwbacks you can do.
And you and I went to the last neutral site baseball game, which was in 2019, that was played the day before the College World Series in Omaha. That was with my Tigers and the Royals.
That was
a cool game.
That was still a whole day, because we went to go see the Tigers and the Royals. It was a fun game, and then we literally go down the street to a bar where we watched Toronto win their first championship. That whole week was just phenomenal.
Can baseball do this again? Can they do something like an annual game at this site, or is this
I would love for it, but I feel like if the more you do it, the bigger you would have to go, and after a certain point, it just wouldn't be Field of Dreams anymore. It'd just be, oh, hey, we're at this cornfield in Iowa, let's play baseball.
Now, I'm just going to go over a quick list of all the neutral site baseball games that have been played, all right?
All right.
The first ones ever were played in 97 at Aloha Stadium in Hawaii. 2007, they went to the Wide World Sports at Disney. In 2016, they played at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. In 2017, they were at Williamsport. And then 2019, they obviously at Omaha, and then they were back to Williamsport. And in August 22nd, which is 10 days from now, Cleveland's playing the Angels back in Williamsport right before the.
I'm glad you actually brought that up because
Series.
personally, despite my feelings for the Little League World Series, I don't mind a game being at Williamsport.
I think that's pretty cool.
I do not mind that.
How could baseball top off in terms of a neutral site game? Where would they have to play next? I mean, they played in the prelude of College World Series. They now play at the Field of Dreams site.
I would say, personally, if it was me, you would have to do like an international series. You have to do games in Cuba, the Dominican Republic. You got to do games in Japan. You got to do like an international series, I would feel.
Definitely something that could be worked out with Major League Baseball.
I feel like if you, at the very least, do it as like if you're not going to do it as a regular season game, have like a few spring training exhibitions.
Absolutely. As long as they're not games that are being forced to play in San Juan. But that's another story for another day, folks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Montreal Expos.
Wow, yeah.
But overall, good for baseball. I'm very happy that this game was able to be played. And sorry to Kevin Costner. At least I didn't bring up some of your other notable flicks, like Waterworld and The Postman. Field of Dreams is definitely one of his better movies. I will say I like Tin Cup better than Field of Dreams.
I like Field of Dreams more. That's just me, though.
Field of Dreams is definitely iconic, but Tin Cup really pulls
Field of Dreams is, if you were to list like the top 5 baseball movies, I'm pretty sure this will be on a lot of people's top 5.
I would say this is number 2 or 3 behind like The Sandlot.
Oh, Sandlot's always going to be number 1 for me, hands down.
Oh Jesus, there was one. It was called something like The Last Game. It was a pitcher that pitches a perfect game. For his very last game.
Shit, I know which one. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
I want to say Costner was the pitcher.
I'm gonna look it up.
Real fast, look that up.
You think Kevin Costner was the pitcher in that movie?
Yes, I think Kevin Costner was the pitcher in that movie. Because they have a list of baseball movies.
For the Love of the Game?
Yes, that was definitely it. For the Love of the Game. That was definitely it. Yes, and that got the star of my Detroit Tigers.
All right, so
Hold on. I want to stick with baseball here, and I just want to say one thing. I am very sorry for Jake Arrieta.
Why would you be sorry for the guy? Besides everything else.
The fact that you guys brought him back, I am very sorry.
Yeah, besides all that.
The fact that you guys had hope. And his ERA, oh boy, howdy. With a 5-11 record in a 6.88 ERA, boy, oh boy, Arrieta is out of baseball. And just kind of looking back at his career, I forgot he threw a no-hitter.
Looking back at his career, I forgot. Oh yeah, he was part of the 2016 World Series winning Cubs. I forgot about that.
Got games 2 and 6 in the books, baby. One of the few reasons why they were able to make that epic comeback to win and kill the Billigan.
And also another man who, let's face it, he's a bastard now, but Arnoldus Chapman. Yeah, he played a big role in it too. Because we were watching those games, and we saw like he was still going. I'm like, oh my god, he's not going to hold up, but he held on, and he held on.
Game 5 was probably the most exciting event I've ever watched live.
Not only was it the most exciting thing I watched live too, but it was the most exciting atmosphere I've ever been in a sports environment. We were at Casey Moran's. We were drinking, we were eating, we were watching a game, and it was packed, and it was fucking amazing.
One of the best sports memories of my life, and it's just weird looking back on it 5 years ago when the past years just felt like 10 years. It's just crazy
It
to
is.
think of the excitement of that night, and it still lives on to this day. Unfortunately, another retirement, and you have to feel sorry for this guy, Chris Davis.
Yeah.
He literally jumped the shark in terms of signing a almost record deal and then completely falling out. The wheels came off after just the past couple of years have just been horrible. He went 0 for 54. He had the longest hitless streak in baseball history. I mean,
He
this guy
did. He also had
this
the.
guy
He
could
had the.
not
Did he
catch a
have the one of the
break.
worst batting averages of all time?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Like,
He was well below the Mendoza
wait,
line.
hold on. Let me see what it was.
1.68 was
Fucking
the
really?
lowest of all
It was
time
that
for
that
qualified.
and this was.
Yes.
Oh my god! What I was gonna say, it was like, that is way below the Mendoza line,
Way below the Mendoza
and he was on
line.
the Orioles too, so you gotta consider.
Yep. Definitely ate away at his mental well-being. Because let's be honest, if you're an Orioles fan, you know nothing but pain and suffering.
All right, so
On one more note of baseball, I just wanted to announce this, and I've been very excited. I've been very patient with this season. Miguel Cabrera is about to hit his 500th home run ball, and I have the luxury of attending this upcoming Saturday's Detroit Tigers game.
if he hits it,
Oh my dear Lord. If I don't catch the ball, I just want to be in attendance. I am praying he doesn't hit it tomorrow night. I am praying he hits it while I'm in attendance at Comerica Park. This would make up for missing Justin Verlander's first no-hitter.
yeah.
Please, to the baseball gods, please let this happen. Yes, Miggy is definitely well beyond his prime, but holy crap, to see him hit 500 would be like my ultimate baseball memory. A future guaranteed Hall of Famer from Venezuela making his mark in front of my very own eyes in attendance. Please let this happen. All right, enough of America's pastime.
I know
Where do you
America's.
wanna?
Let's go to America's. Let's go to America's most recent favorite pastime in basketball. Well,
Oof.
I don't know what you call it. America's. I mean, it's the big.
No. Football stands well above basketball.
I mean, you. I mean, I was.
Do I want to? Do I want to say the next thing I'm about to say? Probably not. Let's move on.
Let's also put it this way. Let's also put it this way. There's a lot more likable faces in the NBA than there are in the NFL right now.
Oh, I would disagree. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You're going to say that when you have a polarizing figure like LeBron James? Come on.
At
He
least
literally divides the aisle to the left or right.
Well,
who do you
I
have
was-
any?
I
Who
was
do you
not-
have any?
I was about to say, you don't have anyone who has a more. I was about to say, in terms of all the NBA right now, of all the active players,
Oh, wait a minute.
you don't have a player who does have a
I
shittier
know-
reputation right
I know
now.
who you're getting at. Yep, a guy who literally got blackballed. Yep, alright. Point withdrawn. What has happened in free agency, my friend?
Well,
You have been staying up.
Well, the
board.
biggest thing that so as you know, two of the biggest deals so far was the sign and trade for both Lonzo Ball and Kyle Lowry.
Oof.
With the Bulls getting Lonzo Ball and the Heat got Kyle Lowry.
Oh, Jesus.
But there's been some concern over that. So the NBA has launched an investigation into these deals. It's investigating, quote, illegal contact among teams and players ahead of the opening of free agency.
You mean colluding?
Yes, colluding.
Like what happened with Anthony Davis and LeBron James?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Now, if there is some truth to this, which if it is, then there's really the worst that could happen is, I think because they changed the rules. I think it's a 10 million fine max. Executives get suspended. You lose draft picks, and the contracts are void. That's the big ones, the voiding of contracts. But that's like a worst case scenario. That basically means that, look, personally, I do not care because I'm looking at the Bulls roster. We're still looking to be we're still looking to be a threat this year, at least playoff bound.
Not with the Cade Brigade in the way, baby.
Oh, you and that stupid Cade Brigade.
Yeah, have you seen all the Jalen Green? Have you seen all the comparisons? It's the summer league, and everyone's already saying we made a mistake by choosing Cade Cunningham over Jalen. Shut the fuck up.
Well, first off, summer league does not mean shit. Summer league does not mean shit. Let's be real.
I love how everyone freaks out with this shit. Cade Cunningham was the overall #1 pick. He was the accredited #1 pick. Yeah, he's not flashy about Jalen Green, but he's the best all-around player.
And let's also remember
who gives a shit about flashy dunks and alley-oops? You need to be an all-around player if you're going to succeed. Dunks are only going to get you so far in life. Look at Blake Griffin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
You see a ring on Blake Griffin's finger? Yeah, go away.
I was about to say that I'm looking right now at the winners of the MVP for Summer League in Las Vegas. A lot of noble names, but guess what? It just goes to show that it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Because look at this. 2009 was Blake Griffin's year. John Wall was 2010. And guess what? They didn't become the megastars until 2-3 years after that.
Oh,
what I'm getting across is that don't judge him by these games alone. Don't judge him by just what he does in the Summer League. It's going to take time for him to develop into the player that the Pistons want him to be.
Let the paint dry first before you start making.
Look, everyone said the same thing about Zion Williamson. Like, oh my God, yeah, he's going to be a superstar. He played most of the season hurt, and he's still trying to get back to where he should be.
Let the concrete settle, child.
Let us all take a moment to. But anyway, back to the
NBA landscape has had some significant shifts in the tectonic plates.
And
Russell Westbrook.
Can I say one more thing about the whole thing with the investigation? Is it really collusion if most of this stuff was? Because this is what I find to be kind of weird. Because it says illegal contact amongst teams and players ahead of the opening of free agency. So, is there a rule saying? Cause if there's a rule saying that you can't talk to these guys, players nor coaches nor any executives can't talk to these guys until free agency, then what the hell's LeBron been doing this whole fucking time? How is he not guilty of anything?
Right, he's been on the Instagram.
He's been on the Instagram hanging out the banana boat. Everything that happened. Wait, who was the player?
He's sending subliminal messages.
I was about to say, who was the player that all the Clippers literally went to their mansion to talk him out of signing with another team?
Oh, was that Paul George?
Was it Paul George?
Ooh, you gotta look this up, my friend. You gotta look this up. Let's stay in LA because we had Kawhi signing a max deal, and then, as I mentioned before, Westbrook is coming back to his hometown with the Lakers. Are max deals a very bad idea?
Max deals.
I mean, Luka Doncic got. Wait, hold on. Excuse me. Did I just mess that up? Not Luka Doncic. Who got the max deal for the Mavericks?
Probably him. I don't.
Yep. He got $207 million extension. Boy, howdy.
I would say for a young player who's looking good, like Luka Doncic, who's
committed
to this team,
contract. He got off his rookie contract.
Yeah, and he looks good, it looks good, and he looks good. So when he signs, so it's like if he wants to stay, a max contract is probably the road to go. The only thing is that.
Oh, and how ironic. He's going to be the cover athlete for NBA 2K22. Good for him, dude. He's
Man,
only 20. He's 22. He's making way more dollar bills. He's making hella dollar bills.
I mean, this is a guy who is probably the next big international star.
Oh, absolutely. He's gonna be like the next Yao Ming for Slovenia. But what do you think of Westbrook, dude? Do you think? I really wish him the worst.
It's one of those things where I feel like if he's doing this to go ring chasing, I don't blame him. But this is I have mixed feelings on this, but I would say my biggest thing is that if he wants to go ring chasing after all he's done, let him go ring chasing. The only problem is if he wins, that means LeBron wins. Which, okay, I'm fine with LeBron winning, but that means Carmelo Anthony wins. Which I'm like, no! I'm like, hell no! I'm not taking that.
Is LA becoming the destination for washed up superstars?
Well, if that's the case, then well, oh, I mean,
oh boy!
I mean, if LeBron's gonna make a Space Jam 3, might as well get all his friends to come there.
Oh god! What, in another Big Chungus appearance?
No, I was actually thinking this time he'd just do like a Space Jam, but have like the entire Hanna-Barbera verse and just all Looney Tunes, all of that, and just get everyone together for like this.
Oh gee!
Could you imagine?
Oh Jesus!
Take everyone in Space Jam, all the cameos, and make a league with them.
No, they already have Big Chungus in our lineup. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm confusing Dwight Howard.
Don't remind me of the fact he's got a ring.
That motherfucker looks like Big Chungus. That fucking
Do not remind me that he has a ring now.
Oh my god.
Thanks for reminding he has a ring. All right. Let's move away from the NBA because I'm tired of talking about
Big Chungus.
I'm tired of talking about potential rings for people who don't deserve it, and let's talk about people who deserve rings, as in Hall of Fame rings. Yes, we just recently had the Hall of Fame ceremony for pro football.
Oh boy, we're going here. Oh boy, which inductee do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about probably. I want to say, if he wasn't the face, if he wasn't the face of the class, he was definitely the biggest star. I want to talk about Peyton Manning. He's probably the guy where it's like the second he became eligible, everybody would vote yes. I don't know how the voting works to get in the NFL Hall of Fame, but he's probably someone I would say has unanimous vote in.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, dude, absolutely. He deserves.
He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be enshrined. He deserves to be a spokesman for the NFL until he can't go no more.
I just want to look this up because him and Calvin were the only two guys for his class that were selected in their first year of eligibility.
Yeah, that's why I said Peyton Manning wasn't going to be the face of Calvin Johnson, who, I'll be fair.
Oh
I'll be
my
honest.
god! Yeah.
If it wasn't for the insane numbers he put up there, I would not put him in the Hall of Fame. But he's had an insane career, despite only lasting like 8 years.
Yeah,
9 years.
Yep. So,
but the insane numbers he put up just makes you say he deserves to go in.
Calvin Johnson is my all-time favorite football player. He is the reason why I became a wide receiver. What the Detroit Lions did to him after he left the game with his signing bonus was absolutely fucking stupid. You are a billion-dollar organization, and you're basically asking for a drop in the bucket for a signing bonus from your star player when you already fucked up your relationship with your star running back and made him quit via fax from his hometown newspaper. Yes, the fences have been mended with Barry Sanders, but Calvin Johnson, his fences are never going to be mended. Calvin Johnson will forever remain pissed off at the Detroit Lions. A deal was apparently leaked by one of Calvin's friends with the organization, and yes, the friend that leaked out the information ended up getting fired, which soured things even more. He was basically offered a couple of official appearances with the Lions, which would have equated up to 28 hours a year for $500,000 each for 3 seasons. And Calvin Johnson just laughed at the offer and said, "Not even fucking close." During his speech, he didn't mention the Lions at all. He mentioned the Detroit Lions fans. He mentioned the players that were associated with him, the late and great Matthew Stafford and Jim Schwartz, and he thanked the city of Detroit for the opportunities that he had while he was in the NFL. He is definitely a Hall of Fame caliber player, and goddamn, I wish he had more years in the NFL. We missed out.
I will
so
be honest.
more
If he had
great
more
memories.
years, even if he had more years, Detroit may have had a possible more playoff victories. And not only that, even if he wasn't
a playoff victory.
I was saying multiple because I was being optimistic. But even if he wasn't playing on Detroit, he could have had a Super Bowl worthy performance anywhere.
I don't mean to sound depressing, dude, but I mean, just my God. You fucked up with one player. How do you fuck it up again with your second? You are lucky. The Lions are lucky they traded away Matthew Stafford because Matthew did not want anything to do with this franchise. And the Lions just wiped their hands clean with Stafford. It's like, okay, we'll respect your decisions. Calvin deserved to be in the Hall, and kudos to him. Kudos to Peyton Manning. And
kudos to everyone. Kudos to Drew Pearson, Alex Leggett, Charles Woodson, John Lynch, Tom Flores, and Bill Nunn. Congratulations to all of you. And congratulations to the class of 2020 that didn't get their fair shake because of the pandemic.
Because of the pandemic.
Congratulations to all you guys. You deserve to be in the Hall. I'll raise a glass to you. But let's talk about the Hall of Fame game now. Ho-ho. Yes.
Oh boy,
because with the Hall of Fame game means that preseason is here.
The football season is back!
Yes! Do you want to talk about the Hall of Fame game? Because did anyone actually watch the game?
It was boring.
Bigger question. Does anyone care about the Hall of Fame game?
Nope. All right. Don't get injured.
So while we're talking about football, let's move to the other football. College football is 2 weeks away!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes!
And we are ready for the first season where the players can finally get compensated.
Yes, players can get money, and potentially more teams could get into the college football playoff. They're still debating that right now, but
But
I really want to see more players play for the college football playoffs, and I just want to see bowl games that actually matter. None of these bullshit bowl games anymore. Give me bowls that matter.
To that, my friend. They meant that.
But let's talk about something else that I don't know if we ever talked about this prior to tonight, but let's just say this. The big news in the NCAA outside of the players getting paid now is Texas and Oklahoma are going to leave the Big 12 to go to the SEC.
I thought they were trying to go for the Big 10. Wow.
No, they're going to the SEC.
Oh boy. Whip out the lube.
Oh God. Like I said, you and I have never talked about this before.
They need to have super conferences because you're letting down other conferences. You're about to see dissolving of the Pac-12.
It's the Big 12. You're about to see. It's the Big 12.
No, really. I'm saying the Pac-12. I'm talking about the Pac-12.
Well, the Pac-12 is dying too. But I'm saying in terms of when Oklahoma and Texas leave, the Big 12 will be on its last legs.
Yes, the Crows are definitely circling the Pac-12 and the Big 12.
I still maintain that this is a bad idea in terms of the fact that, like I said, we need super conferences. But I don't think that's going to come anytime within the next 10 years. So in the meantime, we're just going to see conferences die out and become irrelevant.
What do you think of the Big Ten in terms of them trying to realign with new teams? One of the teams I wanted to mention to you was Coastal Carolina.
I mean, who's planning on joining the Big Ten? Well, bigger question: Who's leaving the Big Ten?
I am going to say right now, possibly Nebraska. Their tenure has been awful in the Big Ten.
I will say this: if it is going to be Nebraska, that's one of those teams where it's like Okay, that's not a huge loss.
Did you see it last year when they were trying to have fans in attendance and they were trying to beat COVID protocols? And the Big Ten was absolutely not having any of it. Nebraska wanted to play games, and the Big Ten was like, no. And Nebraska was basically saying, fuck you, we're going to play games. Nebraska is going to leave the Big Ten at the very first chance it gets.
And who's going to replace them? Like, Nebraska is like one of those middle of the roads where it's like, yeah, it'll hurt for okay, so...
How about Oklahoma? How about Oklahoma or Oklahoma State?
Well, Oklahoma's going to SEC. But Oklahoma State...
How about Oklahoma State?
You think Oklahoma State's going to join the Big Ten?
Yes.
I think that would be a fine... That'd be a fine replacement.
Or how about Iowa State? Stay in state with the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, that would not be a bad... That would not be a bad addition.
Going eastbound, I think this one's going to be a bit odd.
The problem, Butch, is not... The problem, Butch, is not what teams join. It's what teams leave. Like, sure, you can have Coastal Carolina join. You can have Iowa State join. You can have Oklahoma State join. But if we lose a school like Ohio State, a school like Michigan or Michigan State, then the Big Ten will be damaged.
We are not losing those teams.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying this is what Texas and Oklahoma is like to the Big 12. If Ohio State left the Big Ten, it's gonna be a major blow to the conference.
TV markets also matter because we add 2 show football teams in with Maryland and Rutgers. Wait! I forgot to mention one team that was mentioned and one team that is possibly going to join: Kansas. Kansas would be great if put basketball back on the map for the Big Ten.
Let's circle back. Let's circle back to that and talk about Texas, Oklahoma. You know about the Texas deal, right? Their TV deal.
The fact that they have a solo deal with the Longhorn Network with ESPN.
Yes, and the whole thing of that moving to the SEC, that's shady as fuck, though. But that's also on ESPN. But that's partially on ESPN. That's partially ESPN. But I guess with this whole thing, when in doubt, you blame Disney for all this. Mm-hmm. The Big 12 are trying to stop this. It's probably not going to work. But at least the next few years, until they actually make the switch, is going to be fun.
I have also heard the rumor of pay-per-view games, and apparently the first one on the docket is Ohio State and Toledo.
That's a pay-per-view game.
Yes. What do you think about that? Is this the way of the future?
If this is the way of the future, then I fucking hate it.
I do too. Football should definitely not be pay-per-view.
I mean, I don't mind... What I'm looking at with the Texas-Oklahoma situation is how it looks in terms of football. Because if this is the case, once they make the move, the SEC is going to basically be every team in the college football playoff unless we expand.
Absolutely. It is about to be a bloodbath, and the SEC is going to be staying on top. They're
going to stay on top in terms of football. Now they're going to also jumping towards other sports too. So they're going to have basketball. They're going to have baseball in the SEC too. I would say from a basketball standpoint, that kind of hurts the Big 12. I would say it wouldn't hurt as bad. Yeah, no, I take it back. It will sting a little bit. It's gonna sting. As for other sports, outside of like basketball and football, what other sports would really be relevant enough to really say this is a bad idea for sports all around? I don't know. Texas has a good baseball team, so it might.
What about softball?
Oh shit!
All right, so the Ohio State Toledo thing was obviously a joke. Hopefully, pay-per-view does not become the way of the game. But you had a discussion involving streaming services. It is basically cable, but with extra steps, folks. This is the way we are going. Eventually, we're going to branch out ESPN, the Big Ten Network, the SEC Network. They're all going to be going onto streaming services away from cable, and they're going to be going behind a paywall. As in, the college football television network landscape is forever changing and is going to fuck the consumer in the ass.
It's going to fuck the consumer in the ass, but when you consider that now players are going to be paid, would that actually be better for them? If they get cut of that money?
Absolutely, my friend.
It's one of those
What
trade-offs where
endorsement?
it's like,
Did you see who Clemson's quarterback got endorsement deal with?
oh, who they got?
Dr. Pepper. Fanville.
Really,
Clemson's
really, the
quarterback.
one.
I cannot pronounce his name for the life of me. I cannot pronounce it. DJ Ugolini lands national NIL deal with Dr. Pepper. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be in Fanville, baby.
Isn't Dr.
I
Pepper
know.
like the big sponsor for the entire
Yes,
college football
they
playoff?
are huge. They are a huge sponsor for the college football playoff.
I could see possibly a conflict of interest. If Clemson has a shitty season, like I would, well,
Right.
it's Clemson, so shitty would be like 2-3 losses. Let's be fair.
Another thing, and this is locally from Michigan. There is a local retail store for the University of Michigan has brokered a deal with nearly half the roster of Michigan's football team to sell Jordan brand jerseys with their names on the back, baby. Oh my Lord, we are trending in a very bright field.
I actually cannot wait to see what the next 5 years of this is going to be like. Could you imagine, could you imagine some of the sponsorships that could come out of this?
I am so happy for college athletes, dude, because I know so
you know
many that got
what's
fucked by
hilarious?
this bullshit.
You know what's hilarious that I actually looked into? You know that esports are becoming a big thing in colleges, right? Could you imagine some of this? I don't know if you're a part of an esports team, you can get the sponsorship. I don't know if that's a NCAA sanctioned thing.
I'd have to look it up.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Did you see? So, and I don't want to confirm this. Some notable head coaches have retired in the last year. Roy Williams being one of them. His retirement apparently came on the rumors that the NCAA was going to, the NCAA was basically not going to be able to hold its amateur status anymore. Because he quoted as saying, "I will always love that, and I'm scared to death of the next process, of the next phase, but I no longer feel like I'm the right man." It is scary to think that coaches are suddenly going to be completely against it. Dabo Swinney was completely against compensating student athletes. I want to see what he has to say now regarding all this. Someone shove a mic into that idiot's face and let's see what he has to say. A man that makes, I think it's $8 million, if I'm correct, a year.
I thought it would be more. I thought it would be more than that.
He grew up $8.3 million, and he grew up in one of the poorest parts of Alabama. Had the balls to say back in 2017 that student athletes did not deserve the right to get paid. It blows my fucking mind. He would say something like that.
I don't know.
Now,
well, let's see what he says during regular seasons. Let's see if he says something stupid enough. Look, we are 2 weeks away from college football, which means that at some point, stupid shit's gonna happen. And people are gonna say dumb things. We say dumb things all the time. But no one listens to us. Everyone's literally got mics, eyes, and ears on these college football players and coaches. So let's see what they say. And watch the shitstorm develop.
exactly.
All right, last thing of the night. I said last week that we were going to keep tabs on Lionel Messi when it comes to him leaving Barcelona. Well, it's official. He's signed with PSG for 2 years with an option for a third year, valued at 31.5 million euros a season.
Oof.
This guy's making bank.
Mm-hmm.
And now that there's more information, I got more information that he didn't choose to leave. He was forced out because the club did not have the money to pay him, and La Liga's rules on how to pay athletes.
Can I quickly just make a slight detour because I finally found the comments I was looking for. This is from 2014, Dabo Swinney. But as far as paying players, professionalizing college athletics, that's where you lose me. I'll go do something else because there's enough entitlement in this world as it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the definition of
motherfucker. You've got me. He actually said that. Oh my god, how is...
And his quarterback signed a deal with Dr. Pepper.
It's literally the quarterback is the face of college football now. I am fully prepared now to just make a trip to go see a game and just literally get all singles and just start showering over the quarterback every time he scores a touchdown. Just start throwing singles.
Oh my god.
In front of Sweetie's face. Just in front of his face. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, dude. We had to take that detour. Alright, let's switch back
to it's not like
Lionel
anyone else
Messi.
cares about Lionel Messi. Anyway, he's making bank. So, the big question for me is, at the end of the day, is Barcelona basically dead in the water? Financially, they're going to struggle. League-wise, they're going to struggle. Status is one of the best teams in the Champions League and UEFA in general. Oh, they're gonna fucking drop like a rock.
Absolutely.
I do not see them coming back at any point from this. This is like exactly
bad.
Again, I hate to make this comparison. This is like what happened to Cleveland when LeBron James left the first time. They went so far down.
Oh boy. Oh boy, this is about to be a
This is about to be disastrous for both Dabo Sweeney and for Barcelona. But hey,
at least football's coming back.
PSG, you guys are gonna probably win a Champions League. You're gonna win a Champions League, and I cannot wait for the upcoming Champions League season. This has been Cellar County with Butch and Coffee, and unlike Kevin Costner's career, we're slowly rising up. We will see you next week.